The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to you. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. TGIF, I hope everybody's doing well over here on YouTube and over here on TikTok. Guys, we're no longer going to do X just because there's some funky stuff going on over there. I don't know what's going on over there, but I'm not messing with it because I don't know. They got to fix it first. Yo, the Junior Hunsinger. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You guys tap that like screen in on your way in. We are live on TikTok. We are live on X. I mean, we're live on TikTok and live on YouTube. I gotta remember to not say X anymore because we're not over there anymore right now. I'll let you guys know when we do get back over there. But want to say good morning to everybody. TGIF, man. I hope everybody's doing well. We're going to wake up today. We're going to get into these markets. We're going to take a look around. We're going to see what's going on. We're going to talk about this cryptocurrency market and try to figure out what is going on this Friday headed into the weekend. We know Fridays are usually a little volatile. So, you know, we'll get after it here in just a second. But just want to welcome everybody in. You know, make sure you guys like the stream. Make sure you guys share the stream out. Make sure, you know, all that stuff is going on. All that good stuff. Even the little lurkers in the background that don't want to come up, don't want to be in the chat, don't want to say anything. That's cool too. Just make sure that, you know, you are, you know, you go ahead and throw some hearts up there, throw some emojis up there. You know, it's, you know, so let's do our thing, man. Let's get after it this morning. Good morning to everybody over there, though, on TikTok, man. Love the love on TikTok over there, man. I really, really appreciate you guys. And good morning to you guys. And you know, we're gonna get into these markets. We're gonna do some stuff over here. We're gonna try to figure some stuff out. Definitely, most definitely going to try to do that. So yeah. So let's see what we got going on over here. I'm looking for something over here, guys. So just give me 1 second and we'll figure it out. Looking for something real quick here. But yeah, we're gonna get into this in just a second. Just I'm gonna figure something out here. Hold on. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get after it, guys. Let's look and see what we got going on this morning as everybody rolls in. As everybody rolls in, you guys go ahead and just keep tapping that like screen over there on TikTok as well. You know, as the love goes, let's get things moving and make sure we're sharing the love out with everybody because it's important. It's important that we support each other, man. So just keep tapping that like screen, and we'll get in and we'll get after it over here today. I'm just kind of checking some stuff out here because I gotta make sure we're set up the right way. Took a week off, so kind of out of the old algorithm and working our way back up in it. But I thank you for the heart, me. Thank you for the heart, me. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. But yeah. So yeah, another one. Thank you. Appreciate you. Fire it up. Let's go. But yeah, I fell out of the old algo. But you know what? it's okay because we got to touch grass, right? We got to touch grass, y'all. So, you know, it's important that, especially in the markets like this, that everybody's touching grass, everybody's out there doing their thing, and all that good stuff. Uh, don't invest uh, don't invest in what? Don't invest in Pulse Chain. It's oh man, come on, man. I don't know. Pulse Chain is I don't know. I don't know if it's a scam or not. It's been around for a while, so I'm not gonna sit here and say it's a scam. I think they're a little slow on the draw. Um, they're a little slow on the draw, so but they've been around for a while, so I can't sit here and say it's a scam, right? So, um, but yeah, like where everything is, we're gonna get into the markets though, guys, and just get into what's going on out here. Just giving everybody a chance to roll in, getting them likes up real quick. Just kind of having a conversation with everybody. Uh, but yeah, Paul's changed a scam. I don't know, brother. It's been around. I mean, it's not anything I use. Believe you me, I don't use it. I don't think that. I don't think that it's a blockchain worth really using. But it's here, and it's definitely here. But there's a lot of blockchains that are here and that are just they're just here, right? Uh, they haven't done anything. They're nothing special. They're just kind of here. So. Um, Couple of them, and there'll be some more. There'll be some more blockchains that are here, and that's what they are. They're just here. I'm looking for something over here on TikTok, and they moved some stuff around, so I necessarily don't see it. So, um, interesting, very very interesting. Uh, yeah. Well, all right, let's do it. Let's get after it. Let's see where the market's at today, guys. So right now we're looking at the pre-markets over here. Uh, the Asian market, they didn't trade too well last night, guys. They really didn't trade well last night. The Asian markets were down. European markets this morning, they're waking up. They're trading pretty damn well. They're trading pretty good. They're all in the green. They look good. The European markets definitely look good this morning, which is a good thing. Which we want to see. But you come over here to United States markets, we're all in red. The Nasdaq, the S&P, and the Dow. Right now, they want to open up down, which isn't necessarily what we want to see, but what we've come to expect on an early Friday. Just not trading well to start the day, which is all right. Um, but we could get over here to some of the news. It says Trump could attack Iran here in the next days, and what does that mean for the oil industry? Well, let's look at what oil prices look like this morning, right? Because in order for us to know where we are, we got to look at the macro and the micro, right? Oil prices are definitely down this morning. They're trading a little bit lower than what they have, which is necessarily it's okay uh, because they were really up yesterday. Uh, yeah, I can't bring you up. I'm not gonna bring you up because we're streaming on multi-platform, so it doesn't make sense for me to bring you up as a guest. So I'm just gonna kind of hang out a little bit. But yeah, the oil prices are definitely down today, and doesn't really make a lot of sense. But they've traded up yesterday. But I think if this thing does pop off over here, we definitely could we could see a situation where oil prices start to go through the ceiling. So it could happen. Good morning, all. Um, I'm back. I'm back. Uh, good morning, Scottish, my dog. What's up, Scottish? You back, baby? Yes, you. I'm glad you took some time off, man. We all have to touch grass, man. But what is up, dog? How are you? How are you? How are you? But yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on these oil prices because if uh if these oil prices start to move to the upside, guys, things starting to get a little testy, right? Things starting to get a little testy if these oil prices start to move up. So definitely have to pay attention to that. They moved TikTok moved my camera situation where it's not letting me flip the screen. I would uh, bring some of these charts up with you guys, but it's not letting me flip the screen. But it's all good. Hunt Zinger, man, what's going on over there on TikTok, Hunt Zinger? Let's start popping them likes, man. Let's start popping them likes. Heat, what's going on? Good morning, my brother. Good morning, good morning, good morning over there in the big CA. How are you, dog? How are you? How are you? Good morning. But yeah, oil prices are definitely trading a little bit lower today than what we were expected, which is okay, right? Which is okay. Let's check this silver price, the gold and silver prices. We got the right now we're looking at gold up, busted through the $5,000 mark again yesterday, sitting at $5,036 right now. So definitely came up. So people are still rolling in the precious metals. Silver's up, looks like to about $80 right now, $80.33. So definitely silver's making a move up. Now I've been telling you guys to look at copper probably for about the last month or so. And Selmo, good morning, good morning, good morning, TGIF. Probably for about the last month or so. I do think that copper is going to be that next precious metal to kind of take off a little bit. And you're going to see a rotation over there in copper. It's in green right now too. All the precious metals are in green. Sitting at $5.75 right now. So I think copper's that move. That's gonna kind of roll a little bit. So just pay attention to that. Watch out for that. And if you're in precious metals, and thank you for the heart me over there on TikTok. Appreciate you. Let's go. So yeah, watch out for copper. Copper could be one of them ones that take off a little bit. So just pay attention to that. And TikTok, I don't know what's going on with my TikTok in the new layout right now, but I was gonna try to flip the screen, but it looks like right now it's not letting me for some reason. TikTok's kind of acting funny a little bit, but it's all good. It's all good because I'll talk you guys through it all. Right, because that's what we do. We're here for an hour. I'll talk you guys through it. We'll look at some charts. We'll do all that stuff, and we'll get down and dirty into this thing this morning and see what's going on over here. So definitely will do that. But yeah, precious metals seem to be really taking off. You got this situation over here heating up a little bit. You got right now California and their bill to tax a bunch of the wealthy people. Silicon Valley's kind of going crazy about this right now, which they probably should. And they're looking at maybe bailing out a little bit. So let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens over there with that bill, and let's see if maybe there's some companies that are leaving Silicon Valley at this point and ready to move on to different states and maybe some greener pastures, right? But you got the New York City situation where now they're talking about higher taxes as well. And well, I warned you guys about this as well. Mandami, he was elected, but at the end of the day, you can't give stuff away for free, and somebody's got to pay for that. And when you dig down into the budgets, now all of a sudden you figure out that hey, the people that were paying for that are the people that actually pay taxes, right? So now they got to raise taxes on people. So unfortunate. Good thing. I'm kind of happy I don't live in New York City because I don't got to deal with that. Happy I don't live in California because I don't got to deal with that either. But them are two bad moves, in my opinion. Time to go to the scrap yard. Dude, Scotty says time to go to the scrap yard. Yeah, precious metals are booming, man. Thank you guys for the likes over there on TikTok, man. Thank you guys for the heart me's over there on TikTok. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Let's rock. Let's roll. It is Friday. We're going to get up. We're going to get after this thing. And we're going to look into these markets. But the pre-markets over here in the United States do not look good at all, guys. It looks like we are definitely going to open the market down today. Where is our buddy at NVIDIA, who controls everything AI? Call it what you want, but at the end of the day, NVIDIA is that dog that controls all of AI. So when we look at NVIDIA, When we look in the video, let's see where you are at today. Because you guys 187, it closed at yesterday. Let's see. Let's see where we're at. 187.90, it closed at yesterday. It looks like it wants to open at 187.36. So a bit off, not too bad. Not too bad, not too bad at all. We'll take that. It's just a couple cents off of where it closed yesterday. So not too bad. Not too bad at all. So, but when we look at this, let's talk about some of these ETFs that are flowing out there right now. SUI got a huge ETF from Grayscale, which is a staking ETF for SUI, which is a big deal, because I think these staking ETFs are the way of the future, guys. And this is where the ETFs are going to go, to these staking ETFs where people can earn yield on owning the ETF. BlackRock applied for its IBIT, the Bitcoin, its IBIT. I don't know what you want to call it, a redo or whatever, but definitely it looks like they're going to try to go to a staking ETF for its IBIT, for its Bitcoin ETF as well, which is a big deal. So it's it looks good. I'm not gonna bring you up because we're streaming on multiple platforms, so we're just gonna kind of hang out for a little bit because I'm on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. So I do appreciate the request. I do appreciate people wanting to come up and talk, but I'm just kind of because we're on multiple platforms, doesn't make much sense for me to bring you up and start a panel. But we will be doing much like we do a lot on TikTok, is pop up live streams where we will have a panel because it'll be TikTok specific. But right now we're streaming on multiple platforms, so we're just going to kind of hang out. So yeah, IBIT is going to, looks like it's going to go to a staking ETF, which is good because then you start staking your Bitcoin away, which is actually good. It's going to be good for Bitcoin. It's going to be good for the IBIT ETF. Ethereum staking ETFs are definitely out there as well. So that's all good stuff. You got the Solana ETF. That's a staking ETF as well. So this is the wave of the future. This is kind of where we're headed right now with these staking ETFs. So really like what's going on with them, and I think it's going to help the cryptocurrency market. Now it's going to help it. It's going to help it not exactly at this moment, but definitely as we move on. So what do we got going on over here in crypto? Now that we looked at what's going on in the world, let's look at what's going on in crypto in general. We got the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index sitting at 12, which is extreme fear, guys, right? So I always tell you guys, and we've done this for years, right? When we're in extreme fear, it's time to start looking at accumulating a little bit, right? So right now, everybody should have their price points together on where they want to start buying some of their favorite cryptocurrencies, right? Extreme fear sitting at 12. We haven't been this low for this long, and it's been like a week or so that we hung out in extreme fear for a little while. So this right now, do I think we're at the bottom of the market? Absolutely not. Do I think that there's still some more downside to come? Absolutely. But the bottom line is, we're closer to the bottom than we are the top, right? So I think right now is probably a good time to start looking around and start to figure out what cryptos you want to get yourself into, and maybe start getting some price points of where you want to start accumulating them, because we are closer to the bottom than we are the top, right? And I've been telling you guys since about 108K that we were on our way down. I know some of the people around a lot of these platforms were telling you guys that we're still in a bull market all the way down to about 75K, right? And which was just ridiculousness and dangerous, right? Let's just be honest. We've seen this structure start to break between right around 110. It started right around 108. It was sitting clearly in our face. And if you were still in and holding spot crypto at 100K, there's no sense of dumping your bags now. At this point, you basically officially round tripped your bags, and you're just going to have to wait for about 300 days for us to start moving to the upside again. These bear markets usually last about history says about 360 to 365 days. I believe that we've been here probably for about a month, maybe two already. And so you're looking probably at about another 300 days. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to round trip your bags. But if you have round tripped your bags on this run, just we'll use this as a learning experience and just don't let it happen to you again. Crypto will come back. It'll be back. It'll be good. Just look at ways to now try to mitigate your losses and maybe look at price points where you can start to pick some of these cryptos up at dirt cheap. And we'll get into some of that here in a minute, and we'll talk about how far down some of these go, and if you want to pick them up. They're saying that Trump will be. I'm saying that Trump will be the last president. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't think so. I think my man got about 2-3 years, and then that's about it, man. Then he got to roll out when his term's up. But it is what it is, man. We're all good, man. We're all good over here. We got to trade the markets that are in front of our face, right? It doesn't matter who's the president. Doesn't matter. None of that matters. What matters is our money. What matters is our pockets, and we're gonna trade these markets that are in front of our face. When Trump term is over, I don't, I doubt that the market cap will be. I think I don't know. It depends on when his term is over, right? Like we got to look at it. I think when we look at these market caps of crypto, these cycles are playing out exactly like they played out in every other cycle, right? You got 3 years up, 1 year down, 3 years up, 1 year is down. They continually play out the same exact way. So everybody that's sitting here saying the cycles are dead, the chart doesn't show that, right? So we're in exactly the same cycle in crypto that we've always been. The charts don't show that the cycles have changed, and until something fundamentally changes, I'm operating as if we're still in the same cycle, and nothing has fundamentally changed when it comes to the charts. So me, I'm looking at 1 year down, 3 years up, and we're in that down year right now, and the charts are showing that. So we'll see. We'll see. And I expect this market to take off somewhere in the summer, or at the very least September, somewhere in there. I think that we're going to start our move back up to the upside. So when we look at this thing, we gotta look at it realistic. Ken, my dog, what's up? We gotta look at it realistically, right? Let's look at what's going on. And the cycles have proven to be true at this point. So anybody telling you different, anybody telling you that the cycles are different, anybody telling you that the cycles have changed, tell them to show you on a chart. Because they can't do it. Fundamentally, you can't do it. Fundamentally, you can't show on the chart where the cycles have changed. So until that happens, we are where we are. You know what I mean? So we got market cap right now sitting at $2.32 trillion, about 50% off of where we were, right? About 50% off of where we were at the high. That market cap's way down, 2.32 trillion. We'll bring up some of the charts. I told you guys, we'll look at the total two. There's crucial levels on the total two that we need to look at and pay attention to. And we went over them on Wednesday. We'll go over them again today. We got the ETF, Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF inflows, outflows, looking at a negative $295 million yesterday. So they leaked out a little bit more. We got the Bitcoin dominant sitting at 58.4%, Ethereum dominant sitting at 10.2%, and the rest of the altcoins sitting at 31.4%. Your altcoins are going nowhere fast until this Bitcoin dominance starts to drop. And this Bitcoin dominance has not started to drop, so which means Bitcoin controls the market right now. Bitcoin already controls, look at that. Bitcoin controls about 60% of the market, 58.4, call it 60, or roughly about 60% of the market. So this market's going to move how Bitcoin moves, regardless of your altcoins, or whether you love them, or whether you're in love with a project or not. It doesn't really matter. It's going nowhere. It's going to move with Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin goes up, your particular altcoin will go up. If Bitcoin comes down, guess what? Your altcoin's coming down as well, because Bitcoin's in control of the market at this point. The open leverage we have in the market sitting at $364.441 billion right now. Extremely low from where we have been. I mean, you guys remember we were on a stream and we were talking about the open longs and shorts sitting around $700-800 billion. So we're only sitting at 364.41 billion right now, which means people have been just absolutely liquidated out of this market, right? The leverage has been absolutely liquidated, which is why we're having sideways action right now, which is why the market's not moving right now, because the market makers, there's no incentive for them to move the market up or down at this point in any significant way, because there's not enough liquidity out there sitting in longs and shorts for them to really move the market. And we'll look at the liquidity levels as we move on this morning. But it's sitting at $364.41 billion, which is very, very low from where we were. Ken, you remember we're sitting here talking about 800, and I told you that the market makers went to work between 800 and a half and $900 billion, and we're far cry from that, right? So the market makers are basically just taking peanuts right now. They're looking to move the market up and down in it, but they're making a whole lot less money than they were. They're taking peanuts right now. So coming over here, looking at some of this price action, you got the daily, the hourly sitting clearly in the red right now for cryptocurrency. The daily ended up green. We ended up with a halfway decent day yesterday, guys. I couldn't complain about the market yesterday. It looked good. It was halfway decent. It just sideways. We're just chopping sideways. Is all we're doing, right? And that's not a bad thing. Chopping sideways right now is not a bad thing. Israel. So yeah, you're right. Selmo, you're right. I mean, I can't go into too much of that on this stream right here, because they'll cut me off. But you're right. There's reasons. There's countries over there that want us to do what we're doing over there in the Middle East, where we are now. It's definitely not a play for the U.S. That's for sure. It's not a play for the U.S. But unfortunately, we seem to always want to appease that particular country, and I'm not sure why, but we seem to always get ourselves in a mess with them. They start stuff, we have to finish it, and it's unfortunate. But if that does happen, and I do believe that it will, then thank you for the heart me. Thank you for the heart me. Appreciate you. If that does happen, and I think it will, I think what we're looking at right now is a situation where it's going to tank the market. So I'm telling you guys to proceed with caution, right? There's a 15-day deadline on this thing, and we know one thing that we know here in the United States is the leader of the United States at this point. He doesn't throw idle threats, right? For good or for bad, there's no idle threats, right? So if he says to you, yo, you got 15 days, then guess what? Yo, you got 15 days. It's one of them things where there's not idle threats being thrown around here. So it's going to be what it's going to be, and the only thing that we can do is react to the situation, right? That's all we can do at this point, is just react to the situation, watch our money, watch our bags, make sure that we're locked in. Excuse me. Make sure that we're locked in, and make sure that we're ready to make the moves that we need to make when we need to make them, right? Because the situation is going to be what the situation is. It's unfortunate, and anybody who knows me knows I have a bunch of family that could be tied up in this thing. Come from a military background when it comes to my family, so very very personal to me. But At the same time, we just got to react to the situation that's in front of our face, right? So that's what we got going on. So when we look over here at the hourly cryptocurrency chart, it's definitely a red. We're definitely bleeding off this morning, bleeding off this hour. So when we look at this thing, we got to look at it and say, you know what? It's Friday. It's Friday morning. We expect this bleed off. We expect this. What's going on right now. So on Friday we kind of expect that. Uh, Easter's coming. Easter's coming up. Yeah, Easter is coming up. And yeah, we gotta love Easter, man. You get to eat that candy, Selma. Oh. Let's see. We got Bitcoin sitting here at $67,357 right now. Definitely up from this thing was playing around 66 yesterday, right? 66. We just started to tip into 67 yesterday, late yesterday. So definitely the Asia market and the EU have started to prop Bitcoin up a little bit this morning. So we definitely like to see that. As the United States trading starts to open up, we'd like to see Bitcoin a little bit higher than it was the day before, because that if the United States markets want to double back off of that, we get even a stronger push to the upside. But yeah, it can go the other way as well. If the United States wake up and go, we don't necessarily want Bitcoin at 67,000 right now, they will push it back down to 66 where it sat yesterday. And, 66.5, 66.7 where it sat yesterday. They'll make that push down to the downside. Got Ethereum sitting at $1,946, roughly about where it was yesterday. Not a lot of movement in Ethereum. Ethereum has kind of stayed pretty steady right here where it is, right around 1,940, 1,950. Had a little bit of a spike yesterday, but was quickly eaten up, right? XRP sitting at $1.40 this morning, down about 5 cents from where it was yesterday. You look at XRP right now, it's 40, it's down 47% on the year. Ethereum's down, 28.4% on the year, and Bitcoin's down about 30% on the year. So we can look at Bitcoin right now, and I think that Bitcoin's probably going to get to about 55K. I think that's kind of where Bitcoin's got 55,000 sitting right in its sights right now. We better hope that we hold support at 65,000, right? You want this trading range to be between 65 and 75,000. And I'll tell you guys, if you guys are in any long positions on Bitcoin at this point, I would start taking profit around 70, and I would probably start closing my trades out right around 75,000. Bitcoin's been trading right here between that 65 and 70,000. It's probably the trading range that we're going to be playing in right now. But I do expect Bitcoin to drop to 50 here at some point. It'll probably be a slow, methodical grind down like Novocaine, but I do think that we will see a $55,000 Bitcoin. Let me be clear, of 55,000 to 57,000 Bitcoin coming in here pretty damn soon. It's just a matter of when, right? So I do think that Ethereum probably will see about 1,500 off of that as well, 15 to 1,600 off of that as well, because it's already down 28% from its high. So we're probably looking at at least another 30% drop, 20 to 30% drop. XRP sitting at $1.40. It's down 47.3%. I think you're probably going to see XRP teetering on like $1, somewhere up in there. By the time this is all said and done, you're probably going to see $1. You may see a break below $1, but it won't be long. It won't stay there long, but you're probably going to see a breakdown to $1. You got Solana sitting at $83.66 right now. Definitely on the negative side of this hour, down about 50.3% on the year. So, and why are we looking at the yearlies? Because we're in a bear market right now. So now we're trying to figure out where we're going to get into some of these projects on the low, right? Where are we going to get into some of these projects on the low? And what we do know is in a bear market, your altcoins probably come in about 60 to 70% pullback, right? Somewhere up in there, between 60 and 70% pullback, right? So you got Solana sitting at a 50% pullback on the year right now. So, Solana's dipping close to that floor. of about 70%, right? So let's look and see where Solana goes. Solana could see 60 to $55 right here, as it sits, right? As it sits right here. So, Cardano sitting at 27 cents. Cardano's absolutely getting beat up at 63.6%. I'm not a Cardano. I used to be high on Cardano. Um, I will not hold any Cardano going into this next bull run. I don't think that Cardano is made the advancements that it's needed to make in order to make itself relevant in this space right now. So I'm going to kind of stay away from Cardano this next run. I don't know. I would encourage everybody to tell me outside of night what has been built on Cardano and what's going to move that price. And the answer to that question is really nothing. And unfortunately, because I think Cardano is a great technology, but if you can't get people to use it, then it doesn't. It's irrelevant to the situation. So I'm gonna stay away from Cardano this run, unless Hoskins comes out with some major news, or something that just blows our socks off, that he just has been working on, that nobody's seen coming. I'm gonna go ahead and stay away from Cardano. You guys get them likes up over there on TikTok. Let's keep tapping that screen. You guys get this thing shared out. Get the likes up over here on YouTube as well. Let's go. Let's get moving. Let's get this thing woke up. Let's wake up these algorithms this morning. Let's get this algorithm woke up. Let's get everybody woke up over there on TikTok. Let's get everybody woke up over here on X, and let's get this thing moving. Hyperliquid, I do like right now, sitting at $29.31. It's actually in a positive on a year. Let me let me make sure I got the right one. Yeah, so it's definitely in a positive on the year at 20.9%. So I expect Hyperliquid to pull back, and pull back pretty heavily here as we move on into this bear market. So I'm not going to touch Hyperliquid right now. I'm going to wait on Hyperliquid. I do want to add more Hyperliquid to my portfolio, but given the fact that it's up on the year at 20%, I'm going to stay away from that, because I think that there's a steep drop to come there, and I'm just going to wait for the drop to come in, and then I'm gonna go ahead and swoop up when we need to swoop up. And this is what I mean about taking advantage of the market, right? You got to know, and you got to look at these things from the perspective of long term, right? So if the markets stay true to where they are, right? If the markets stay true to where they are, and the cycle stay true to where they are, then you expect that 60 to 70% dump, and Hyperliquid is just nowhere near that. Chainlink sitting at $8.61. You guys know that my average cost on Chainlink going into the last bull market was $8, right? So I did buy Chainlink when it dropped down here to $8 again. I'm trying to see if Chainlink's going to go below the $8 mark and maybe go into this bull market with a little bit better position than an average cost of $8, even though that was a tremendous position for me. In Chainlink performed okay in the last market, got up to like 20 something bucks. So getting in at $8 was definitely a good deal, but we're going to see if we can get in a little bit lower. And this thing's down 51.3% on the year. So I'm looking for another 10 to 20% drop in Chainlink, and I'm going to be DCA. I'm going to be buying the whole way down. I'm going to get away from that word DCA, because I don't necessarily think that that's the right word to use. I'm not a believer in that you need to buy cryptocurrency and buy on a falling knife. And that's what a lot of people teach is when it comes to DCA. I believe that you have to be able to look at a chart and find out kind of where some of these bottoms are and try to buy into some of these bottoms instead of just wasting your money all the way down. Because by the time you get to some of these bottoms, you have no more money to put in, and you've lost the absolute lows on some of these if you're just DCAing all the way down. Canton Network, newer blockchain that came out, sitting at 15 cents right now. I am going to absolutely load up on Canton in this run. I think Canton Network is going to be one of these newer blockchains that they're going to be that dog, and I'm just loading up on it. I'm going to be loading up on it. I want this thing to get down to around 14 cents, which I think it will. I think it's going to get down there, and at them levels, I'm just loading up on Canton Network. So my goal is to have a nice size bag of Canton going into this run. I've already started. I started at these 15-cent levels, but at 14, 13 cents, I'm really double down. I'm really going to double down on that, right? So Stellar got beat up too, sitting at 16 cents, down 51%. All right. So there's still room to drop here, guys. H bar holding on at 9 cents right now, down 54.4%. And there's two reasons why I look at these yearlies, right? One, to as a teaching lesson for you guys. Like, if you're still holding on to your crypto, you round tripped your bag. Let's not do that again. And two, let's find the bottom. Let's we will never find the exact bottoms of these things, but let's try to get to the close. Let's try to get close to the bottom. Tap, 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 tap. Yes, tap, 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 tap. Let's go. But yeah, let's try to get close to the bottom. We're never gonna you're never gonna buy the exact bottoms, and you're never gonna sell the exact tops. But if you're somewhere in the ballpark, you're usually doing pretty good, right? So that's the goal here, is to try to get somewhere near that bottom and move our way up. So yeah, I like where we're at. Let's go ahead and let's look at this Bitcoin chart real quick. This is where TikTok kind of really got me, because it's not letting me, for some reason, flip my screen. And I don't know if that's just a flaw in TikTok today or what, but I wanted to show you guys the Bitcoin chart here. And I'm not sure if this, I wanted to flip my screen around, but for some reason, TikTok's acting funny on that today, because we're going to look at the Bitcoin chart, one of the most important charts. But yeah, man, this is weird. They must have changed up somewhere, and I'm going to have to figure it out now. Ain't gonna figure it out on the fly. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you for the heart me. Yeah, so ain't gonna figure it out on the fly. So you guys just bear with me. Just bear with me. Bear with me, y'all. I don't know. Can you guys see that chart? Probably not, but we'll do the best we can, I guess. We'll do the best we can. So with that, guys, we're looking at this Bitcoin chart right now. You guys can see right now that this was the support and resistance we were looking at right here on this Bitcoin chart. Came out of the bottom of this right here. Came out of the bottom. Definitely. It's been floating around. You can see it's starting to want to work its way back up here, sitting at 67,400. Starting to want to work its way back up, but this is an issue right here, right? This is a big issue, that we couldn't hold support right here on this flag pattern, right? And this is on the actual daily chart, right? So we're not looking at a weekly chart, but this is definitely a bear flag right here. And when we look at this, it couldn't hold it, right? It couldn't hold it up in there, and definitely starting to look like it wants to work its way back up in there, but I don't know if it's got enough steam. I don't know if it's got enough volume, right? So my next trading range on Bitcoin right now is probably roughly around 65,000 down to roughly 60,000, right? I think this box right here is our next accumulation zone, between 65 and 60. I think right here is where we have to look to start to accumulate a little bit more Bitcoin. So definitely on its way down. A $30 to $40 XRP right now would be would flip BTC. Yeah, you're right. A $30 to a $40 XRP right now would flip BTC, but that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. That's just not even in the cards right now. It's not even a conversation right now. It's I'll tell you right now, in my opinion, XRP will never flip BTC. It'll never. It won't happen. And I don't say a lot of things won't happen in crypto, but that won't happen. But you got BTC down here on a buy level, and right now it looks like BTC is in definitely a long position right here from on the daily. So we'll see if we can get this push up from BTC here. We'll see if we can get this push back up to the upside here, and see what's going to happen. But yeah, a $30 to $40 XRP. That's you. Let's get to $3 first, right? Let's get to $3 before we start talking about all that, right? You know, and that's one of the issues I think people have is they look at these cryptos and they put these obscene price predictions on them, and the price of the crypto is nowhere near that at this point, right? So what volume is going to bring in that $30 to $40 for XRP? What's going to bring that in? It doesn't exist. The market cap doesn't even support it. So it's going, and if XRP gets to $30 or $40, Bitcoin's not going to just fall behind. It's going to it's going, so that what's the market cap of Bitcoin going to be at that point, right? Solana, $83 and 56 cents right now. Definitely underneath the EMAs right now. Not looking too bullish. Let's see what it says. We're definitely in a long position in Solana right now. Could be in a long position in Solana right now on a daily. So definitely the Solana chart looks like it might want to push $84 today. We'll see. We'll see where that goes. But that market's looking red. You guys seen that, right? That market's looking red. So I'm not crazy, right? So here's your total market cap sitting at $2.23 trillion right now. Underneath the EMAs, this market cap, and this is why I'm telling you guys that all of them crazy predictions are crazy talk, right? Because this market cap sitting at $2.229 trillion right now, right? Look at the steady fall of that market cap right there. We're in a sideways action right now underneath the EMAs. There is literally nothing out there right now that's going to push anybody up to the trillions of dollars a mark. Ripple XL, XPL, RULSD. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Selmo, but here's the problem. Ripple will do very well. The XRPL, I could pull up the volume on the XRPL right now, and it's ranked like 100 something on a blockchain, right? So there's literally no volume on the XRPL, right? And RLUSD, here's the problem with RLUSD. The problem with RLUSD is, yes, they released it on Ethereum, but that doesn't do anything for your XRP bag. It doesn't link back to the ledger where XRP benefits from the RLUSD that's on Ethereum or that's on Solana or that's on any of these other networks that they released it to. It doesn't link back. So yeah, they released it. RLUSD's market cap went up, but it has zero effect on XRP. It has zero effect on XRP at all. And this is the research that people want to talk about, but they don't want to talk about it, right? So it really has zero effect. Once they release RLUSD on another chain, it doesn't have any effect on the XRPL. It's none at all. The pairing's not even to the XRPL. So it has zero effect, right? In Ripple, yeah, the Ripple's doing great. They're out here accumulating companies and growing the Ripple brand and growing the Ripple portfolio, but it has zero effect on the XRP token at all. So, like, if it did, you would have seen that price action already, right? And you haven't. It just is non-existent. It hasn't happened, right? So, and when you look at the XRPL, it's like ranked 143 amongst all the blockchains when it comes to volume. Like, there's literally no volume over there. So if big banks and big institutions are using the XRPL at an alarming rate, where's the volume? This is just what I'm saying to you guys. Like, we got to be realistic about, well, Will it come? Maybe. But until it's there, until we can see it, it doesn't exist, right? You got to be able to see it first, right? So the total market cap right here is the key level right here. 2.14 trillion dollars. If we lose 2.14 trillion dollars, we're coming down here into this box right here, and that's going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem right here. You're going to see your altcoins just dunk right here in this box, right? So it looks like we want to move to the upside of this market cap, but we'll see. We'll see today. You know, going into the weekend is never usually a great thing, right? If you're down, it's never usually a great thing. So we got to get this thing pumped up on a Friday afternoon in order to see a good weekend, right? And I don't want to just bust on XRP, guys. Like, that's not my sole intention, but yet my other intention here is to say to you guys, come on, we got to be realistic about what's going on. We got to be realistic about the situation, right? And you know, XRP has had plenty of opportunities to show you on a chart that they meant business, right? And that hasn't happened. You know, I mean, they got up to $3, couldn't even hold it, right? Couldn't hold it. Your chart should look something like this. Look at Canton Network. Look at the run up, the pullback, the run up, the pullback, the run up, the pullback, the higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. And now we're probably, it looks like we're moving. These EMAs are curling to the upside, probably going to set a higher high, right? That's how you should look. If you price in Clarity, XRP, yeah, XRP is not going to be the only blockchain that benefits off of the Clarity Act. That's the issue that everybody's talking. Everybody wants you to believe that the XRP token is going to be the only one that benefits off the Clarity Act, and that's not even true. You know how many other blockchains are going to benefit from that Clarity Act? Swift's got its own blockchain that'll benefit from that Clarity Act. Ethereum will benefit from the Clarity Act. Solana will benefit from the Clarity Act. XRP will benefit from the Clarity Act. Canton Network, which we just have this chart up here right now, will benefit from the Clarity Act. So all of these projects are going to benefit from the Clarity Act, right? So what's going to end up happening? Well, guess what? They're all going to split the volume. That's what's going to happen. So if they're all splitting the volume and there's not one chain that takes it all, then what makes anybody think that anybody's going to get better than anybody else, right? You know, Base will benefit from the Clarity Act. You know, there's a lot of blockchains that'll benefit from the Clarity Act. It's not going to just be XRP, you know, or XLM. XLM's a competitor to XRP. You know what I'm saying? And XLM has done a lot of work. And if you look at the amount of gains, just the gains, right? Just gains, right? XLM actually could give you more gains than XRP in the long run because of market cap, and market cap matters. You know, these people out here will have you think that market cap doesn't matter. Market cap matters. Just look at Bitcoin. You get a diminishing return off of Bitcoin. Why? Because market cap matters, right? And XRP is not too far away from that. Market cap matters. You're going to get diminishing returns because it's going to take so much more money to move that market cap. Because the bigger your market cap, the more money it takes to move it. And when you're ranked in that top 5 of tokens, guess what? You got to have billions and billions and billions of dollars to come in to move your market cap. So, like, I just want people to have realistic expectations. XRP to $5, that's a realistic expectation. And when it gets to $5, then we can talk about $7. Then we can talk about how it gets to $8, right? But we're not going to talk about how it gets even to $30 or even to $10 until it gets to $5. All right. And right here's the other problem that the cryptocurrency is running into. You look at the total too. This includes Ethereum. You got $939.08 billion in total liquidity inside of the altcoins right now. Right? Inside of the altcoins right now, you got $939.08 billion. Not even $1 trillion, right? So you're talking about one project. I'm going to turn this back around. So we're talking about one project going to $1 trillion, in the whole cryptocurrency market cap outside of Bitcoin is under $1 trillion. Come on, y'all. We've been around long. We've been around longer than this. Come on, man. We've been around longer than this. We know better. We know better. That would mean that one project's doubling the market cap of crypto, of all the rest of the altcoins right now. We know better than this, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on. I mean, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this, man, because I'm labeled as an XRP hater, and that's not the case at all. But I am realistic, right? Let's bring the chart up. Let's look at the chart. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't. XRP's in a long position right now. Actually, it's in a sell-off position right now at $1.40, right? Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't. But this is daily. Let's move. Let's move. Let's move to a monthly chart. Let's just move to a monthly chart. Let's just take the Band-Aid off of this bad boy. We're at $1.40 right now on the monthly, right? Monthly chart says you're bearish right now at $1.40, right? Look at the EMA ribbons at $1.40. You're bearish, right? You're bearish. There's no momentum, right? On the monthly, you're in a long position, but the EMA ribbons tell you you're bearish, right? And you're just barely in a buy position, right? You look at the waves, you're just barely in a buy position, right? So that's teetering on the edge. I wouldn't even take that trade on a monthly, right? Pull this bad boy down. So the high was right around $3 and some change, right? You're about 50% off of your high, right? About 50% off your high, right? So market cap right now is 83. Oh, wrong. The market cap right now is $89.69 billion. 85, my bad. So just to get back to your all-time high, you roughly have to double this market cap, right? You roughly have to double that market cap, right? Just to get back to your old all-time high, roughly, right? They're not talking exact numbers, but roughly. You have to double that market cap in order to get there, right? Give or take a couple pennies. And that only gets you to $3 and some change. in order to go to $30, you not only have to double that market cap, but you have to double it and then 10x it from there. I'm asking for a friend. Is that realistic? That you put in a 2x to get back to your all-time high, and from a 2x you have to put in a 10x to get to $30. Is that realistic? Market cap matters, because if you double this market cap right now, do you know how much money it's going to take to double that? You're going to exhaust all of your whales at that point, trying to bring that market cap just to a 2x. And then when you get up to a 2x, it's going to take 10 times the amount of money to 10x that market cap. Where's that money coming from? This is the question you got to ask yourself: is where is that money coming from? And the total volume on the ledger is 143rd in volume. Where's that money coming from? I didn't mean to get on an XRP rant today, but where's that money coming from? Like we got to be realistic, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, gotta be realistic. Let's get back up to $3 before we talk about $5. Let's get to $5 before we talk about $10, right? Gotta just be, we gotta be realistic. Look at this on the monthly. Look, it's $1.39 right now. You're losing steam, right? Look at this on the monthly, right? This is a 1 month chart right here. 1, 2, and you're working on your third red month. Look at this chart. I look at this chart on a monthly. Look at that. I'm gonna drink some coffee and stretch. Look at that. Where you headed? Where you headed, TikTok fam? XRP fam? Where you headed? Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't. Chart tells you where you're headed. So, let's go ahead. Let's look at some liquidation levels here. Let's figure out where these liquidation levels are for Bitcoin today. Let's stop, y'all. Let's stop with the let's stop with the craziness, y'all. Hold on 1 minute. CoinGlass keeps messing with me. I gotta sign in. Get ready to get off here in a minute. I just want to look at the liquidation levels here. I want to look at the liquidation levels and see where some of these liquidations are going to take us today. All right, we're back. Let's have to sign in real quick. So we got the Bitcoin liquidation levels right here. 60 looks like if we get to 66,264, so coming down to the downside, we got about $218 million sitting right there, sitting right below us. And the next big level right below us is 65,623. And what looks like we got roughly 395 million there. So between 65, let's call it, you guys know I like to deal with round numbers. Let's call it 66,300 and 65,600 is your liquidation zone, as I like to call it. And then coming over to the top side of us, we got 68,400, and it looks like there's 158 million there. And right up underneath that level, we'll go here with it. 68,100. So between 68,000, call it 500, and 68,000 even is probably the zone where there's some liquidity up there to be got. So 68.5 to 68. So we'll see where the market heads, but there's the liquidation levels. But problem is there's just not a lot of liquidity up there to grab, right? So does it make sense for the market makers? Here's the question of the day. It'll happen during the weekend. They'll grab that liquidity during the weekend, but the key is, does it happen on Friday when you have to fight the ETF volume as well? That's going to be the problem. Or do they just let the market run with that little bit of liquidity sitting up there, right? It's not an incentive for them to go up there and grab it. There's not a lot there. We got Solana, the Solana liquidation levels sitting right below us. You got a lot of liquidity sitting at $82.60. You're looking at about 30 million there at 82, let's call it 8250, let's call it 8250 and 8175. So there's your liquidation. There's your zone for a Solana. 8250, 8175. They'll start liquidating people, and then very little above us, right? You're looking at $85 right now. You're probably looking at about less than 30 million sitting there. There is a cluster here though, and market makers do like clusters. And right around 85 even again. You're looking at about 24 million. And look at this cluster. There's another little bit of a cluster right here at roughly that's 85.3, $85.30. So there's a nice cluster right here. So it wouldn't surprise me if Solana pushes up to grab that, because the other liquidity down to the bottom of us, I mean, there's a lot there, but it's going to be tough to go grab that all in one shot. But this cluster right here above us kind of looks like it might be a move for Solana. It'd be easier to grab if they can get it there. Ethereum, we're looking at liquidation levels 1,800. Let's call it 1,000. Let's call it 1,900, 900 even. We're splitting hairs there. Call it there in 1,000, 1,800, 1,890. So between 1,900, 1,890, there's some liquidation there. They could come up and swoop, which would make sense. But again, you got a cluster below you again. You look below you. You got 1,978, and then you have another big cluster here at 1,975, and then you have a cluster here at 1,982. There's a nice cluster sitting right here that they could come swoop down and grab. That might be the play. It looks like what's happening right now in these liquidations is that you're getting clusters in the altcoins. Let's look at XRP and see if the same cluster is there. So yeah, it is. So it looks like you're getting more clusters to the downside, which clusters are easier to liquidate than you do to the upside, right? So when you look at that, it's easier for the market makers to come down and just start wiping out these liquidations that are close to each other rather than going up here to the top side and fighting to get up here to liquidate these ones to the top side, of which people, by the time they get up there, people would have closed their trades, did all that. So then by the time they get up there, the number itself is actually less. But if they can just sink it down here to the bottom side and eliminate these clusters down here, it doesn't give people the chance to do that and then come down here and shoot them out real quick and start to liquidate them. So that looks like what's going on in crypto right now. It looks like we got a bunch of clusters lining up to the downside of us in these altcoins. So I'm expecting a push down. I'm expecting over the weekend. I am definitely expecting the market makers to go down there and eliminate them clusters. That's easy money for them. That's easy money for them. So boy, oh boy. That we looked at that together. I didn't even look at that this morning. So yeah, definitely makes sense. It definitely makes sense. And not only does it make sense, we've been red the whole time that we've been online for the hourly. So market's definitely dipping backwards. So yeah, makes sense. That makes perfectly good sense. But we're gonna get off here today, guys. It's Friday. I got to get up out of here. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Appreciate you guys. I know we get into some of these rants here and there about particular projects, but I love all you guys, man. Appreciate all you guys. Thank you guys for all the love over there on YouTube. Thank you guys on TikTok for all of the love. Sorry I couldn't give you guys the actual charts that I wanted to this morning. I gotta figure out where they moved my button, but appreciate you guys. So Ken, thank you as well over there on TikTok, man. Love you guys, man. Thank you guys for all the love. I appreciate all you guys, and we will be here this weekend with a TikTok exclusive live. Big Watch dude, what's up? We will be over there with a TikTok exclusive live over there for you guys, where we'll be sharing the screen, and I'll go right into the TikTok studio. We'll get everything up and get everything moving, bring a panel discussion up, a whole 9 yards. So appreciate you guys, and we will be back at you guys on Monday on YouTube. So we're up out of here, man. You guys have a great weekend. Go outside, get outside, go enjoy the days, man. Get out of the charts. We're in a bear market. Set your levels, DCA. Set your levels, buy there, and let's get after it. Let's make some money, y'all. We up out of here. Peace.